Hi, I'm Judy Litt. Welcome to Go With Yin Yoga and your May intro series, where we're going to have a very short Spring Yin Yoga practice, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what's coming up in May. So we are going to be using the wall as a prop, one of my favorite things to do. You really don't need any other props, but as usual, you might like a bolster, some folded blankets, so on and so forth. I'm also going to suggest that you have your mat going perpendicular from the wall rather than parallel to the wall. And as you can see, I actually do both, which can be very nice. Okay. Come to an easy seated position. One of the things that happens as we move from winter into spring is our liver is really working overtime. The liver and gallbladder meridians are the meridians associated with springtime. As a consequence of that, of all the fun family gatherings we've had and the fun foods that we've eaten, sometimes we have heat we need to get rid of. And if you are a postmenopausal or perimenopausal woman, post being what I am, you may find that you get some more hot flashes or maybe some more night sweats. I did not suffer much with hot flashes or night sweats, but I do get them occasionally. I found last spring and this spring, they began to be a little bit more frequent. Not enough to be annoying for me. So, that being said, we're going to start with just a short breath work that can help to cool you down. And I invite you to close your eyes and just begin to breathe naturally, taking your attention to your breath, noticing where it enters your body, noticing how it comes in through your nose, trickles down your throat, and goes in and out through your stomach, rising on the inhale, falling on the exhale, moving up to your chest, rising on the inhale, falling on the exhale. Let that go as you let the day go. And begin to breathe in through your left nostril. So you inhale left and exhale right. You may be familiar with alternate nostril breathing and using your hand to close off nostrils. For this practice, I invite you just to do it with your mind. And don't worry about being perfect. Just be the best you can be. That's all we can ever be in any given moment. So inhale through your left nostril. Mouth is closed. Exhale through your right nostril. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And continue on like that for a few rounds. This is a very cooling breath, and the more you practice it, the better you'll find that you can be at it. So as we move into spring, now of course you may be asking, okay, Judy, why are you starting your spring practices in May? And that's because where I live, in the northern hemisphere, in the north of my country, spring doesn't normally come when the calendar says it comes. In fact, we got our biggest snowfalls in March. So I held off on my spring practices until it felt more spring-like in my area. And just take a couple more inhales through your left nostril, exhale through your right nostril, a couple more times. Inhale left, exhale right, and let that go. Begin to blink your eyes open. And if you're sitting up on something as I am, turn to face the wall, bringing one hip towards the wall. And I suggest whatever you were sitting up on, you may want to cushion your head when we move into our pose here. Go ahead and swing your legs up. Grab that prop to cushion your head. Maybe wiggle yourself to the wall. I know it's very, very graceful. And then just bend your right knee. Take the right foot over the left thigh. And this is basically figure four pose or sleeping swan. So I've seen sleeping swan done for being upright, being on your back. With your left leg extended, you're also getting into the hamstring a little bit. Doing this at the wall takes our body weight out of the equation. You can make this a more accessible pose for many people. It's not going to put as much pressure on your knee. And the wall itself acts as a prop, allowing you to relax your muscles. You are still getting all the benefits of this practice. Now, if you don't want to have your left leg extended, you can always bend the left knee and just put your foot against the wall. And always repeat the mantra, gentle to yourself. Being gentle with yourself in your poses. Being gentle to your muscles. Moving gently through your transitions. And then extend the right leg up the wall and just pause here. I don't know if you feel any difference between your right leg and your left. You may or may not. It's all good. And go ahead and bend the left knee and take that left foot over the right thigh. Either bending the right knee and bringing the foot into the wall, or extending that right leg, excuse me, that right leg up the wall. This is a great practice when your legs are really tired. So we move from winter, which is associated with the element of water in our kidneys, and we move into spring, which is associated with the element of wood. So think about being a tree here. Think about that tree growing up towards the sun, expanding, growing taller. And also think about what you need to wash away, let the water element wash away, so that you can remake yourself, rebirth yourself, and grow and expand in spring. And go ahead and straighten your left leg. Take a few deep breaths here. And maybe once again, wiggle yourself really close to that wall. Bring your pillow along with you. Let both knees bend out to either side and the soles of the feet come together. Butterfly pose at the wall. As I said, the liver meridian is associated with springtime, liver and gallbladder. And gallbladder runs from your outer hips. This is only partially. It's a lot more complicated than that, and a lot more than I can remember yet so far. But your outer hips, your outer legs, outer thighs to the top of your foot, and your liver runs up from the foot through your inner thighs. So always an invitation to see those lines running smoothly, with not getting stuck anywhere in your body. Just energy moving smoothly, going where it needs to go. And smooth your face out. Relax your jaw. Feel your body on the mat, being supported. All the points on the mat touch you, your body, your shoulders, your back, your hips. And they all feel very supported right now. And on your next inhale, slowly push your legs back up the wall. Take a few deep breaths here. And then bend your knees and gently allow yourself to roll onto one side, briefly coming up, and then laying back down for Savasana, maybe taking that pillow that cradled your head and placing it under your knees to let your low back relax. And I'm going to sit up while you are allowing Savasana to integrate this practice, letting go of worry, of resentment, of anger. And those are all the emotions associated with our liver meridian. So the areas in our body that are targeted when we are targeting the liver and gallbladder meridians, like I said, are the outer hips, the inner thighs, also the side body. That's not everywhere, but that's where a lot of the practices I have for you in May are targeting. And I have 4 practices for you to welcome spring. Welcome spring, finally! And one is to transition from the earth meridian, the spleen meridian, which is always nice to do in between seasons to get really grounded. Another is an early spring practice, and it moves from our kidney meridian, which is associated with winter, and into our liver, which is associated with spring, which is another nice practice because as we transition through seasons, it's not linear. We don't say, this day is winter, and the next day is spring. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. Not where I live, anyway. There are many places that people live where it may be spring all year round. I have another practice that will nourish the wood element, and that is the element of spring, of the liver meridian, or that the liver meridian is associated with. And I have one final spring practice in May to invite more joy in, because all these practices are aimed at releasing anger. That is one of the primary emotions associated with liver and gallbladder. And also frustration, resentment, allowing us to soften, to be gentle with ourselves and others, to be kind to ourselves and others. So we're releasing frustration, and that means also releasing muscular tension and softening our body, inviting in that kindness, that gentleness. And as I said, all of these practices, for the main part, are going to be getting deeply into your hips, into your inner thighs, and also opening up your side body, which is often a really neglected part of our body. And when that side body is open, we can take deeper and fuller breaths. It gives us more energy. It sends, we bring in more oxygen. It's just, it feels good. Whenever we can do a practice that allows us to breathe deeper, it's energizing in a calm way. And it's just really good for us to do. Opening up our side body just is a very good practice and allows us to breathe deeper. Most of us just breathe very shallow, and we often breathe up here in our chest. And we really want to be breathing down here in our bellies and really getting deep into our lungs. So opening the rib cage and the side body helps us to do that. So begin to allow your breath to deepen or stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. Take any small movements that you need to wake up your body. Stretching your neck back, letting the neck, the chin drop towards your chest. Looking from side to side. Wiggling fingers and toes, maybe circling ankles and wrists one direction and then the other. And finally, on the next inhale, stretch your arms up above your head. Maybe wiggle just a little bit, reach one higher and the other higher. Getting a great stretch from the tips of your feet to the tops of your fingers. And then bend your knees, the soles of your feet to your mat. Let your knees fall over towards one side, draw them into your chest. Stretch one arm along the mat and cradle your head on that arm. Take a few deep breaths here. Slowly begin to bring your hands to the mat, pressing into your hands, walking them towards your body, bringing your torso upright with your head in line with your spine. And as you come to a comfortable seated position, inhale, press the palms of your hands together in front of your heart, pressing those middle fingers together, uniting body, mind, and spirit. And slightly bow your head over your hands. Begin to blink your eyes open, taking in your mat, the floor, raising your head, hopefully with a smile on your face. I hope that you've released some anger and moved into kindness for yourself, some gratitude for yourself. I'm very grateful for each and everybody who chooses to practice with me. If you enjoyed this practice, please click the like button. And if you'd like to practice with me again, go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering and pain. And may you have an amazing spring.